Day 2 is severe weather from Texas to Oklahoma, but also a lot of rain for the Pacific Northwest and Tropical Storm Meslissa updates for October 24th, 2025. Good morning, I'm meteorologist Dispute, and starting with Oklahoma, you guys already seen remnants of storms from last night, and that's going to dissipate over time. But we're going to see a resurgence of storms going from West Texas to North Texas to Western Oklahoma. Initially, what we're going to see are isolated supercells around 1 to 2 p.m. Central Time, and eventually, as they travel eastward, they're going to cluster and then eventually turn into one big squall line overnight. And a squall line is essentially one big band of storms where we're going to see a lot of high wind and heavy precipitation at the very start. The Storm Prediction Center has issued a slight risk, or 2 out of 5, the majority in Texas and a little bit of Oklahoma. And what this entails is that we're going to see a 5% chance to see an isolated tornado, but the majority of the risk is going to be a 15% chance to see winds up to 60 miles per hour and large hail up to 2 inches in diameter. And then the Weather Prediction Center has also issued a slight risk going from Texas to Oklahoma for flash flooding, but there's also a marginal risk in the Pacific Northwest coast. So going to the Pacific Northwest, we're going to have a thing called an atmospheric river, which basically just means one big plume of moisture coming through. So by the time this video is being posted at 11 a.m. Central Time, you guys are already seeing a lot of showers being passed through, and this is going to last pretty much through the late morning into the late evening. But we're going to see a continuation of these showers by tomorrow early morning, and it's pretty much going to last throughout Saturday. And so if we look at 500 millibars and midway to the troposphere, we have 3 troughs that we're going to pay attention to: one in the northeast, one in the south, and one in the Pacific Northwest. And each one is doing its own impact to the severe weather threat today. So in general, looking at an upper or mid-level trough, on the east side is going to be a surface low pressure, and on the west side is going to be a surface high pressure. So with that in mind, we're going to have a surface high pressure somewhere around the Midwest and a low pressure somewhere around the Oklahoma Panhandle, and also low pressure somewhere around the Pacific Northwest. And with high pressures being clockwise flow and low pressures being counterclockwise flow, we're going to have both of these flows draw in a lot of moisture from the Gulf into the Texas and Oklahoma area. And with these low pressures, we're going to have westerly flow bringing in both cool and dry air into the south, but also a lot of moisture from the Pacific Northwest into the coastline. In addition, what all these troughs have in common is that they're going to bring pretty good shear, which is going to tilt those updrafts and prolong those storms, and a bit of vorticity, which is going to help spin those updrafts and help with those upward motions. Now going to the tropics, to the Caribbean with Tropical Storm Meslissa, she's actually weakening right now, but unfortunately that's only going to be temporary, as she's predicted to be a major hurricane, a category 3 or greater. Now looking at the official projected path by the National Hurricane Center, Meslissa looks like she's going to have a worst case scenario for Jamaica, because she's going to be a major hurricane, but also she's going to be in very much close proximity to the island for a couple of days. And depending on how close Meslissa will get to Jamaica, they're going to see winds greater than 50 miles per hour, but pretty much a lot of rain. The National Hurricane Center is already predicting places like Jamaica and Haiti are getting 16 to 20 inches of rain from now until Monday. That's not even considering the fact that the hurricane won't leave the area until about Wednesday.